Hey homemakers, welcome to a new day of the Nebraskan Wife. If you are not new here, my name is Brianna. I'm a homeschooling mama of two little kids, one little boy and one little girl. I talk about everything homemaking, real life, and the like. I try to post every Monday. I will let you know if I cannot get that going. Technology and I sometimes do not work, so sometimes it comes on Tuesday. This is real life here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Okay, so back to the Nebraskan Wife. Also, please like and subscribe. I would love you to get alerts and would love you to get new videos when they come out and get the content right away. So please do that and share it with your friends and anyone who you think could benefit from this. All right, let's get into it. Sorry for the new camera. My GoPro was used by my children and the battery went down and I said I need to film, so this is what we get today. So let's do a little recap. Last week we were all out. My husband and I decided to take a social media break and we wanted to go back to our property and get some work done. I will say the break was really nice. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my kids having that break as well. There was some fighting towards the middle where we were kind of getting over the whole idea of, okay, this no technology thing is annoying, but they did really good. Our property trip was something special. A lot of learning that was involved in this trip. My husband and I are getting used to machinery and all that goes with homesteading and things like that. The land we had purchased earlier this year is previously logged land. So as far as that's concerned, there's a lot of down trees because the loggers figured out that a lot of the trees in there were already damaged. So one blessing in disguise is they already took down all the trees that were diseased. So I guess that helps us out, but they decided just to bulldoze it all into one pile. So that is going to be one major project. I definitely learned a lot of new skills. I learned how to disassemble a chainsaw and put the chain back on, and which way is the correct way and which way is not the correct way. We learned if you don't tighten certain bolts and double check that they are tightened, your chain will fall off and you will wonder what happened to your bolts. And you will have to go into town where a lovely Mennonite family has a small engine shop and can give you new said bolts. Yeah, that was a fun day. We also ended up having to get a new brush cutter, weed whacker, whatever you want to call it. We purchased one before we left. Worked for a while, was fine, but as time went on, it wouldn't start. So we thought maybe it was the humidity because where our property is very humid, and the tools and stuff are known to not start. Long story short, we found out that the cylinder's cracked. We purchased it that way, and $200 later, we came out with a new one, stronger one, probably one we should have gotten in the first place. We are learning very quickly that we need to invest in the proper equipment to make sure that we have exactly what we need. Our chainsaw is working okay. We have some massive logs, so I have a feeling we're going to need to upgrade that to more of a logger style chainsaw to get through what we need to get through and to clear what we need to clear. On this trip, we ran into some snafus. We get down there the first day and it's raining. I hope it would clear up, which it did eventually, but we ended up having to do a hotel the first night instead of setting up our tent because it was too wet to really set up where we needed to set up. So that first day, as soon as it cleared up, we rushed out to our property, cleared out space, got stuff ready and set, so the next day when we came in, we could just go ahead and set up our tent. So second day comes around, we go ahead and get our basic camp set up, all that sort of thing. Second, let's see, third day comes, and that morning it was fine, and all of a sudden it started to sprinkle, and I looked at the weather realizing, oh crap, it's gonna storm, it's not gonna sprinkle. So in a mad dash, we were trying to get everything all tightened up, and I got most of the outside stuff all tightened up of what we thought we could, and got things under tables. I didn't have too much out that morning, so that was good. But we ended up having to move a lot of stuff out of the tent, and thankfully my husband took along his cot, so we had to set everything on top of our cot and cover it because the rain looked like it was kind of whooshing in. Well, we got all the valuables and stuff out that we needed to, put it in the car, and decided that because of the storms coming in, it wasn't safe for us to be sleeping out there that night. So we ended up having a second night at the same hotel. Thankfully, they had a spot. There's a very famous boat show and competition that happens around this time, and we weren't sure that we were going to find a space, but we did. So after that, we finally got out to the property, and it was pretty much smooth sailing after that. The humidity level is crazy out there. I mean, when you literally see the rising of the droplets from instant humidity, it was just nuts. A few things we brought out of it. I think we've got a good lay of the land, learned that armadillos are dumb and will run through your camp unless you yell at them. I'm just going to call them armored trash pandas, trash rats, what have you. They're ugly and dumb and kind of funny all at the same time. I haven't decided what I think of it. We did find a lot of little lizards and fun stuff. We did realize that I think we're going to end up pushing our house back further into our property to look over our hill into our holler, because that is the most beautiful place, and then we can look down on the garden and look down to see where the deer are coming through, and I think it's going to be a better option for us. So that means that we do need to clear out a little bit further. We did also create a path down to where we want our garden to be, to look down there. There is a lot more wood than we thought there was down there, so that is something that we are going to have to address eventually to get that cleared out. I think a little bit of cutting up some wood and moving and hauling, I think it'll be okay. It'll just take some time. We did meet a good portion of our immediate community members, and I will say this community, I am so excited to move. One thing that we were really apprehensive about moving to this homestead was our community. Here we have friends, we have connections, we have all those things, and I was just worried that we wouldn't have that and that we would be kind of lonely. I mean, my mother is moving with us. Oh, there's my Jiggy. This is my buddy. Hi, Jiggy. So I was just worried that we wouldn't have the community that we needed to have. Well, I will say this community is great, and I appreciate all of them. Everyone was coming to, oh, hello. Can you not? Come on. Sorry, guys. This community is great, and they all introduced themselves. They were more than welcoming, letting us know if they could help or how they could help, what they could offer, and I am so excited. I'm so excited to be a part of this community. I'm excited to grow with this community. I'm excited for my children to grow up in this community. Where we are, it's kind of 50-50. It's people that live there all the time, some people that only live there seasonally, some people that are coming in and out of rentals. So that's new type of tourism, but that's the type of tourism that we are looking for. So I'm really excited to see what we can offer for this community, and hopefully I can be more a part of it and fill some needs that the community has. We did also tour up and explore more of the Mennonite community that will be north of us. And it's really fun because I appreciate different cultures and I appreciate how people live and the simplicity of this particular culture. I love it. I love it. I love the people. They're so sweet and accommodating, and it's amazing. So they have a whole map of all their different farms. I mean, everywhere you turn, there's a new farm, there's a new place. So we went through, we found some great thrifty places. We found a lot of like the surplus salvage grocery stores, smaller ones, bigger ones. We went back to a couple of our favorites. We scoped it out one night and then went back. 2 coolers later and half a van stuffed. Yeah. Let's just say our budget was blown out of the water within 1.5 stores. I have no regrets at all. I'm stocked up for the winter. I did also get to go to a homeschooling store that's going to be in my area. I really appreciate everything that had to offer. They had walls of posters, anything you would need for like a bulletin board, decorate your room with. They did have some curriculum and a mixture of different things, but it was fun because it's a lot of Christian curriculum, which I'm Christian, so it didn't really faze me. But they also have the little primary books to learn German, because I mean, we're in a Mennonite community, so you're going to see the German in there, which I thought was really neat. And it was kind of fun to see and look through all the books and stuff. So I did get a few bits and bobs of curriculum things that I brought home. I think I got a history book and some music curriculum and a lot of just like highlighters and things that were discounted that I really needed to stock up on. Yeah, as far as that goes, I'm really excited to have that closer to us. I'm excited to have those outlets and things like that. The whole goal for us is to get down there as soon as possible. In order to do that, we need to clear our land. We have to secure a soil test and get the well drillers out there to let us know where we can drill. In order to do a soil test, we have to dig a giant hole that's basically the size of a grave, and the soil out there is very rocky, so I don't really care to do that by hand. So now that we know that, we can get that done. We are hoping to get back out there at least one more time this year if we can. It's still very up in the air. I'm hoping that we can get down there at least one more time. Maybe when stuff dies back a little bit, that would be great. It was very overgrown this time, and holy cow, the land is gorgeous. I will insert some clips at the end so you can see a few of how much everything has grown over. It's just, it's so beautiful. The kids also did have quite a bit of fun. We set up their hammocks. My husband made a teepee for our kids, mostly our daughter, and made it her castle and taught her how to make signs for it. And he used his chainsaw to make tables and stuff for us. So that was really fun. Excuse me. I dare say our children are going to really thrive and just blossom out there. And I'm really excited to see what's in store for us. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but I am very excited for it. So I'm happy to be back, bringing new content, talking about new things. It's getting to fall time, which means more cooking and everything that I love. Oh, I am so happy to be out of summer. But we are in Nebraska. Well, I'm in Nebraska. And this is the time of year where we call false fall. So after summer, there's a false fall, where it tricks you into thinking that it is indeed fall. We get out our boots. We pray for our favorite coffee drinks. I'm more of an apple cider person myself. And then Mother Nature just slaps it right to you and just says, nope, second summer. So I'm waiting for the second summer to come. I'm praying it doesn't. And I'm still praying that we don't have too harsh of a winter, but all the moisture and stuff we definitely need. So thank you for joining me on this little chat and catch up of our week. And I look forward to catching up with you more. You guys all have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.